They are back, ladies and gentlemen. System of a Down with a whole bunch of tour dates, especially up and down the West Coast. We could not be more delighted to welcome John, the drummer for the band, and apparently Shavo just now walking in. So we got a double dose of System right here on the Kevin and Bean Show.
Hey. Headphones on, so what are we clapping about?
Yeah,
here,
clapping about you.
I just walked in.
Where's my Burger King?
Huh? What Burger King, dude?
We heard, let's get all those mics on, please, Muggs. We heard Burger King right after the interview. We heard you got to hang on. You got to hang on for Burger King.
You know what? You have to suffer sometimes.
Shavo, you all right? You all right, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Please stop talking to Lightning and look over here.
Oh, my seat was like I was at a what?
That's him.
In the camera.
Oh, hey.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
All right. This isn't the smooth professional start I was hoping for, but welcome, System of a Down, to the Kevin and Bean Show. Nice to see you guys. Now, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. What up?
How long's it been? 5 years.
5 years.
Almost, yeah, 5 years. Has it?
5 years.
5 years. What?
Wow.
You have to fill us in. I mean, I was saying a few minutes ago before you guys arrived, I was saying there are a few bands that are core for us that we love, and it's a huge deal for us when a new record comes out. And when bands like yours and bands like Rage Against the Machine, for instance, go away, there's a big hole in our heart, man. We can't go on. It's tough for us.
Don't say those things, because there's a big hole in my heart too when we go away.
Isn't there a song called "Hole in My Heart"?
No. I think there is. Yeah. So take us back. Right? Take us back 5 years.
5 years.
The last year you guys were recording and together, you had 2 #1 albums that year. It was one of your biggest years yet. And then all of a sudden you just vanished into the ether. What happened?
Okay.
Good explanation.
No, I just want to give you the right explanations, because a lot of people have come up with their own interpretations of what happened to us. And what happened to us was, I mean, dude, we've been a band since 93, 94, and it got to a level where, it took us 4 or 5 years to get signed. Once we got signed, our album came out in 98. And then, in 2001, we had, Chop Suey came out. You guys blew us up at the Best Buy show. I remember that. And so we kind of grew up together and became like, everyone always says married couple. I don't want to say married couple, like brothers, And sometimes you have to step back.
Married brothers.
In order to step forward. And, I mean, I love every member of this band. And this is Shavo talking, by the way. And I'm sure everybody agrees. It's just, we all had certain things that we wanted to do in music, because we've been together for so long that we were just kind of pigeonholed, as in that, like, if you're not doing System, and we're still there, like, if you're not doing System of a Down, then it's not good. And that's not cool, because, we all love art. We're artists. We're musicians. I paint. Serge has, like, a bunch of stuff he's doing. He's got books. Darren writes music like it's like changing underwear. He's like a genius when he does that. John has his stuff. I have my stuff. I did the stuff with RZA. I did the website. I got married.
I get all that. I totally get. A, you need a personal life, and B, you have other artistic interests.
Yeah,
I think the surprise, though, is that when you have something as awesome as System of a Down, something that you all clearly so love so much, that you stay away from it for that long. I think that's what surprised people. Yeah, take a break, go off, do something else, come back in a year, 2 years maybe. But when it gets to be 5, that's when people are like, dude.
If you want to have real longevity, you have to take those kind of breaks on occasion. Bands that take a break for a year or 2 years, sometimes that's not even a break, because let's say, for instance, you want to do something else artistically and you go out and you make an album, like we did with Scars. That takes 2 years.
Yeah.
And then you tour on it. That takes another year. So where's your break? Sometimes I took a break for a solid year where I didn't even touch my drum set. I've been playing drums for 22 years.
Wow.
I needed a break from my drums.
That's unusual, though, isn't it, for drummers?
I don't know if that's unusual. I think it's you do what's usual for you and what works for you.
I agree.
And then you come back to it with more passion and love. Other than that, it can become a job. And I promised myself when I was a kid, when I first started playing drums, that if it ever became a job, then I would move on to something else.
Or you would step back, No,
I would
John,
move on.
when you were out with Scars on Broadway, which was a very successful side project for you, were there times where you thought System's not going to get back together?
There was never a time that I thought System would not get back together.
Interesting.
I always knew that we would get back together. I didn't know when it would happen, and I wasn't sure if we would still be able to play at that point, because we could have been 70.
We're getting old.
Shavo, did you even after it got to be a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, did you always know that the band would get back together?
You know what? Honestly, yes.
How about that? That's very interesting to me.
What you said before, where you said 2 years, fine, 5 years, wow. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm in the same place. And I'm going to be honest. I expected 2-3 years. I didn't expect 5. But you know what? If it takes 5, if it takes 7, you know what I mean? As long as we got to where we're at right now, and you know, we can look at each other and smile. And when, you know, like we had rehearsal last night, and there was a moment we're playing one of the songs, and I looked at John and Darren, and they both looked at me and smiled. It was that moment, you know, I felt that energy that we have in front of, when we played in front of 100,000 kids. Like, I felt that in that little room.
And then we had a three-way kiss.
Still speaks to you, right? Did you keep in touch? Did you keep in touch with one another throughout this period?
Yeah,
like,
you know,
would the phone ring sometimes, and it would be Darren, or it would be Serge, and they would be, hey guys, what are you up to? Just wanted to say hi.
Well, we always kept in touch, especially for like Christmas, birthdays, that type of stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know. But
John and I kept in touch a little bit. Darren and I never lost touch. We kind of did for a while he was doing Scars.
We also all were very busy doing things.
Yeah,
right.
And taking space from somebody doesn't necessarily mean they're out of your lives. You know, we were in each other's lives in varying degrees, but you do need to take space from each other.
John and I almost had a brawl at a casino once in Vegas because
well, I don't know about a brawl.
Not like
I'm a very sensitive person.
Not physical, but okay. Should I tell the story?
Go ahead, tell the story.
Okay, so I'm in Vegas, right? I'm there with my family and my mom,
20
my
days
dad.
Was there.
You know, no. When I go to Vegas, I don't
Vegas,
leave. You know, I don't leave. So I'm there with my fiance at the time. And so I'm sitting there gambling, and I'm doing pretty well. All of a sudden, John comes because he lives in Vegas, right? And I'm like, hell yeah, John. He goes, you and I got to talk. I'm like, what? And I know
this is 3:30 in the morning.
3:30, and I'm going, but wait, I'm like doing good, and I could tell with the glimmer in his eyes, the little spark that he had a couple of
cocktails.
You know, I want to call it that. You know,
half a bottle of whiskey.
Half a bottle. So he's like, you and I gotta talk. He pulled me off the table. I'm like, I'm not doing this right, you know. And that's when we actually made up everything that we thought that the other person was thinking.
No, what it really was, because you don't remember.
Okay, sorry.
Now there is going to be a brawl.
I was in the whiskey haze. He doesn't remember. He came to Vegas and didn't call me. I find that to be disrespectful.
That's what it was. That's right.
Yeah. See, you can't even remember.
Plus, you were there for 20 days. Didn't call.
Yeah, you give me a call, you take me out to dinner or whatever.
No 20 days.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm still mad at you over that.
Hey, man, I apologize,
No,
but I said I'm
I don't
not having this fight in the lobby of the Hard Rock. I'm not doing this. There's
you don't take a man off a hot table either, by the way,
and
John. I'm sorry.
I could have saved him.
No,
I think it was just about to turn.
But you didn't.
Anyways.
All
right, stand by. Shavo is here. John is here from System of a Down. We couldn't be more delighted. So many great shows coming up, and we want to find out the scope of this tour and what is next for the band.
Owe me a kickdown on that.
They are bass and drums for that band right there, System of a Down, who are back, ladies and gentlemen, after a little bit of time away. The Forum is a big deal, even for a band like you that's been around for a long time. There's still something magic about playing a show at the Great Western Forum, right?
There's a history